broski. Hi, broski. Hi, I'm first. Yes, you are. Have you ever been to this life? Hi, Claire. Oh, you have you joined my life before, or was it another teacher's life? I know you're Clarissa. I've not seen you in so long. How are you doing? You have PSLE this year? Mm, it's okay. I think I also took a break for like half a month. So now I'm back. Oh, okay, primary 5 this honestly it is still I feel like primary 5 is one of the best times, I would say. I think primary 3 is one of the best times, but primary 5 you still have the it is a good time to get ahead of everyone and at the same time start managing yourself in a way that you get work life balance. No, I joined other teachers though. Oh, which teachers? Okay, for those who currently hear the ASMR, I'm currently taking this sweet. I can't tell. I can't see if you like. Can you see it? Mm. I forgot to bring my box of mints, and I'm having. I'm scared. Like after I speak for a while, I get a bit of like sore throat. But then the thing is, this candy is scratching like the top of my like mouth, and it's kind of pain. My class looks like a cemetery. Everyone's quite. It's primary 5 very stressful. I forgot. Hi, Sherlyn. Are you guys in the same class? Hi. Not that much, but my classmates are distracting me. That's the fun of primary school, okay? Just enjoy it. Alright, let's do S and T's. Okay, we did quite a bit of grammar just now. Let's do S and T's. Alright, feel free to let me know if you have any questions or to continue chatting with me. Or you can tell me stories about that one student that distracted you so much. Personally, one of the most distracting things in class is when someone does this. Okay, this is a stylus pen, so I can do it. But like the click, 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 click. What is owing to? Okay, I'll explain it. Question 8, right? Okay. Okay, when you're talking about owing to, okay, owing to is kind of introducing the cause. So over here you can see based on the question, it is it's a cause and effect question. Okay, and if you were to look at this over here, this is the effect, and this is the cause. Okay, for those that are interested in this book, this is the book that I'm doing right now. We are actually taking questions that are similar to this ebook that we're currently selling. I'll show you guys how to do like make your purchase later, or if you are interested just to like check it out. Okay, but essentially these questions are from the book, they are similar to the book. Okay, so you guys feel free to check it out. Okay, especially if you're having PSLE or you're in primary 5 and you want that bit of extra practice. Okay, it is a great resource to have. Okay, this is the one. Owing to is introducing the cost, so meaning we will move the cost to the front. Okay, moving the cost to the front. Okay, we'll change it to, oh wait, because we're owing to his sprained ankle. And then the effect, we put it behind. Can everyone see well? Okay. So owing to his sprained ankle, the athlete withdrew from the race. Okay, so it's like a cause and effect question. Okay. What I want people to really focus on when it comes to doing this kind of questions is, wait, let me just try to like brighten up my screen because it is very dark. Yahweh, is there a way to brighten up the screen, like my screen on the iPad? No, no, I thought you heard me. Is there a way to brighten up my iPad screen? I don't know how to use this one. Very dark. Okay, moderator Yahweh is helping me to brighten up my screen. How is everyone doing? Thank you so much. Okay. So the main things I want people to know is number one, the type of questions I want you guys to know. Questions. Would be number one, cause and effect questions. Two, conditionals. Conditionals and as well as conditionals such as had, if, unless. Mostly these. Okay. This is question 9. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. The desk was vandalized. Peter did it. Okay. Okay, over here, you have the word none other. Okay, none other. Okay. So this emphasizes. So we are going to use this. It adds emphasis. So we're going to add it as a way of adding a bit of extra information or highlighting something. Okay. So we are going to keep it as we're going to start off with it was. Okay, Peter did it. Okay, to make sense of it, we are going to start with this. We call it the empathic structure, which is essentially it was ... who ... Okay, so in this case over here, what we're going to do is that we are going to say it was, and then none other Then Peter who vandalized the desk. So we keep everything else the same. All right, does that make sense to everyone? All right, so before I move on, we've done 2 questions so far. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys the book that we have mostly taken our questions from. Okay, you guys can take a look over here. Okay, you guys can see this. Okay, so this is the book that I'm taking most of the questions from, and the questions inside pretty much similar. Okay, now what is inside this book is top school. Oh, I realize you guys cannot see this fully. Top school questions. Okay, this has 1000 PSLE synthesis and transformation questions. Okay, so especially those who are struggling to gather their resources last minute, this is a great option. Okay, I told this story to you guys just now that when I was in PSLE years ago, what my mom would do was that she would sit in the laptop and she would drag out all the questions, like grammar, S&T. She would separate them from papers one by herself and then give it to me as a worksheet. Okay, so where is it? Oh, as in where you can buy it? Okay, I'm gonna come over to the camera right now and show you guys exactly where you guys can get it. Okay, okay. Yaoi, please tell me if I'm in the camera because I'm gonna go up to the camera right now and show them. Okay, so you guys can see. Wait, wait, let's see. Show them my phone. Oh, there we go. That's great. Thank you. Okay, so you guys should be able to see here. This is my phone. Okay, so over here, I am watching the live along with you guys. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click here to write as Edward profile. Okay, so over here, and after I'm gonna click in a bit further. Okay, and this will bring you to this page. Okay, it has a bio, it has our profile. You can look at the content that we have over here. Okay, but other than that, you will see a Linktree link over here. No, it's okay. Teacher James, do it this way. No, it's okay. I'll do it this way. And okay, so you can click the Linktree link, and it will bring you directly here. Okay, now and if you were to scroll the third one, it says ebook, our ebook store. Okay, if you click in right now, okay, you have to press and hold. Okay, you will see all the ebooks that they are. We have a massive amount of products, a massive number of ebooks. Okay, you can just scroll and just scroll. Okay, and this is the grammar and vocab questions. Okay, it's different from the one we're going through. There are a whole bunch. It depends what you want to work on. Maybe let's say you have issues with grammar. Maybe let's say you have issues with S&T. It is up to you. Okay, it depends on what you have. And this is phrasal verbs. Okay, PSLE model responses and O level. So if you're in O levels, you want to get this. This is great for you too. Okay, vocab and the answer key. Okay, there's a whole amount. Okay, there we are. Okay, this is the 1000 PSLE synthesis and transformation questions that I am currently going through. Okay, so right now it is 1990. You guys can take a look over here. Okay, you guys can view products. Okay, click it. Okay, and it shall tell you what is roughly inside. But essentially what I'm doing here, okay, is that I'm going to be going through with you guys what is inside, as well as some of the questions that you guys can do, how you can annotate some of the things inside. Okay, but over here there's a buy now button, which you can click and directly make your purchase. All right, so this is one way to do it. Okay, so you guys can continue watching the live stream, and it is a great way to figure out what you feel like you need. Okay, you can join us and do some questions. If you feel like you are a bit behind in certain areas, okay, it is a great way to identify. It's better late than never. Okay, so I'm going to continue going through the synthesis and transformations. Okay, if there are any other questions that you would like to do, anything you would like to focus on, or if there is anything in particular that you like to do, you can always let me know. All right. Okay, I hope I answered your question, broski. Okay, hope I answered your question. Okay. Okay, I'm going to continue talking about S&Ts. Okay. Um. Where is it? Where was the page I was on? Okay, there we go. Okay.
If you keep coming up, you need to bring your mic with you. If not, it's a bit soft.
Okay. Okay, so over here, let's try question 10. Okay, the artwork was destroyed. Jane was responsible. Okay, this is a none other question again. Okay, please join me in taking a look. Please join me in taking a look. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. If you have any answers, please type it directly in the chat and we shall review it together. Alright, so over here, the artwork was destroyed. Jane was responsible. Okay. Okay, a bit cold. A bit cold where I am. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting on a sweater. Okay. Over here, Jane was responsible. Okay, we're working with none other again. None other is an emphasis, like we mentioned previously. Okay, emphasis, that means it provides extra information or it highlights something. Okay, so over here in question 9, you can see we are talking about who vandalized the desk, and we're talking about Peter. So we follow up with then, and then we add the person or the specific information that the question is focused on. Okay, so over here the question is who did it, and the answer is Peter. So Peter follows directly after none other than. Okay, so I think when it comes to this kind of questions, it is incredibly important that students are able to understand what words comes after others. Okay, like none other is often followed by then. Okay, these are all things that students should know. Okay, the artwork was destroyed. Jane was responsible. Okay, so again, none other, and we're gonna add the word then, none other than. Okay, and then we're still gonna use the same structure. I'm gonna write it down again. I'm gonna use this structure. It was dot 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 who dot dot dot. Okay, and over here I'm gonna start. It was. Okay, and then none other than, emphasis is Jane. Jane was responsible. The artwork was destroyed not by none other than Jane. Okay, that works as well. That works as well. Okay, you can say that as well. It was none other than Jane who destroyed the artwork. Or you can say your answer, the artwork was destroyed by none other than Jane. Okay, let me just write that down. Okay, remember to put Jane in caps. Okay, please be aware of that. Please put Jane in caps and be careful about that. All right. Also want to highlight again that I understand that some people, some questions have a full stop already punctuated at the back. Okay. Now for those questions, you don't have to add another full stop. Okay, but please always check. Please always check. Okay. In case the question does not have a full stop, you have to put your own full stop. Okay. You have to put your own full stop. All right, let's move on. Okay, again about this book, show you guys again. Okay, again, this is the cover page if you're interested in going online to take a look. Okay. Okay, let's do more S and T's. Okay, this one is important as well. Passive voice, so it's active to passive voice. Okay, can we all take a look at question 5 together? Does anyone know what the answer might be for question 5? Does anyone know what the answer might be for question 5? Does anyone know what the question might be for question 5? Okay, let's wait for some more answers. Let's wait for some more answers. Okay, you guys can feel free to drop your answers or let me know if you have any questions. Any other answers? Okay, I don't see any answers, so I'm going to go through. Okay, I'm going to go through. Please stay with me. Okay, so over here, we were woken up by a clap of thunder last night. Okay, so this is active to passive. Okay, so over here, we are talking. Okay, Aizen is here. Hi, Aizen. Okay, okay. So over here, your passive voice, woken up by. Okay, we were woken up by. We is the subject. So we're going to say we were woken up by the clap of thunder last night. So we are going to use this. Okay, a clap of thunder woke us up. Okay, last night. Okay, Aizen, I think the one you're saying is you're changing from reported speech, direct to reported speech. Okay, then that change might sometimes be required. Okay, but over here when we are talking about active to passive voice, we can retain the last 9. Okay, not the night before. We have to retain last night. Okay, try to make as minimal changes as you can when you're doing this kind of questions, unless you're doing direct reported speech, then that is slightly different. Okay, you may be required to make such a change, the change you mentioned. Okay, but for this one, no, unfortunately, it is woke us up last night. Okay. Okay, let's try one more question so that everyone can get the better hang of it. Okay, any idea what question 6, the answer of question 6 might be? Okay, any kind of answer, any answers? Okay, sorry, my phone is lagging a bit. Okay. The strong wind slammed the door shut. Okay, I'm gonna write that. Okay. Again, over here, we are changing from active to passive voice. Oh no, passive to active voice, sorry. Okay, the door was slammed shut by the strong wind, so this would be the subject. Was slammed. Okay. So over here, what we are gonna do is that we're gonna change it over. Okay, so from was slammed shut, we're going to change it to slammed. To slammed shut. Okay, so over here, let's make that change. Okay, the strong wind slammed the door shut. Okay, so good job. Aizen, great job. Okay, let's move on to owing to. Okay, we did a question like that just now. Okay, what is owing to? What kind of question is owing to? And what does owing to do? As a phrase, what does owing to do? Hi CW. Thank you so much for the likes. It's so cold right now. I feel like I'm in winter. Okay. Empathize? Oh, emphasize. Hi CW. Whore. Are you by any chance in PSLE or O levels this year? Introducing the case? Yes, introducing the cause. Okay, owing to, okay, introduces the cause. Okay, so in this case, what we're going to do is that P5, okay, P5, let me think. P5, I would say it's a great year to start getting into the mentality. You always have to have that mentality shift first, right? So P5 is a great year to shift your mentality and say, okay, I'm going to start working on something that's a little bit more stressful. Okay, it's a great year to get ahead of your peers first before the exam starts, and then you're able to have a better work-life balance. Okay, work-life balance. Okay, students here, work-life balance is super important even though you're in P6, okay? It is something that can really help you to have the extra stamina to push through the exams. It is something that can help you to feel more confident, okay? So please be careful. It is so important to be careful, especially with your work-life balance, all right? Again, owing to introduces the cause, okay? So let's look at the cause and effect over here. We can identify that this is a cause and effect question. Oh, okay. What do you mean? Oh, okay. As in for the question or for what I said about primary 5? Okay. Do you mean the question or what I said about primary 5? Okay. David stopped work. He injured his back. Cause is that he injured his back. Effect is that he stopped work. The second one, what was I saying? Oh, the cause and effect one. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Now owing to, let's introduce the cause. But we have to change it. His injured back. Okay, so over here we are using this as a subject. We're almost using this as a subject over here, but that's why we have to switch it from an action or a situation to a subject. Okay. Hi, Kelly. You can see me like just everything just passing through my mind. All right. Owing to his injured back, comma, David stopped work. Okay, any questions? Okay, let's do reported speech. Okay, I see what's it, Aizen, who actually mixed up reported speech and the other one just now. Let's do this. Chris. Owing to injury to his background, sorry. Okay, Chris, we cannot add to his background to the sentence. Okay, if now the thing with synthesis transformation, we're not trying to add a lot of words. Okay, we're trying to minimize the words we add in. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. How about owing to the injury to his back? We try to minimize the change as much as possible. Okay, owing to his injured back, there's a lot more. The changes are a lot more minimal compared to yours. Okay, but technically, if you're writing an exam, definitely like a composition, yours is okay. But in this case, we're trying to change as little as possible. 1K, we are at 1K. Great job, everyone. All right. You tower like the life. All right. What was I saying? Reported speech. Okay. The guest asked Peter, "Where is the bookshop?" Okay. How would we answer that? Does anyone have any idea? Okay, Yaya Papaya, I have not seen you in so long. The guest asked Peter, "Where was the bookshop?" Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, first things first. This is reported speech. Okay, this is reported speech. Okay, let's take a look. Now, reported speech requires backshifting of the verb, okay? So, where is becomes was, okay? Now, the issue with the thing about that is that we are talking about something that happened in the past. Like example, I'm speaking to teacher Yahweh right now, and then after Yahweh is telling you guys, okay, teacher Jia said, okay, it will be past tense because he's reiterating a message. He's passing on a message, and it will happen after I say it, so it will be in the past. All right. So the guest asked Peter, "Where?" Okay, but also when it comes to this kind of questions, remember question will become statement. Okay, where the okay, so that is correct. Okay, who changed it? Gracie Beauty SG, great job. Okay, so we have to change this to over here. Okay, one more question and then we'll take a break before we go on to a bit of let's see what we'll go on to. All right. What do you mean, what about that? Okay, the teacher asked the students, "Why are you late for class?" Again, reported speech. Okay, so over here, what we're going to do, okay, are, we'll change to were. Okay, why were you late for class? Okay, so essentially we will have to change from question to statement. Okay, so why are you late for class? So what we're going to do, so you're early. All right, hi you how? Okay, why are you late for class? So what we're gonna do is you also changes the teacher asks the students, okay, why they the teacher asked the students why they were late for class. Yes, that is correct. Okay, I'm gonna go for a break real quick. Okay, do look at the next question, next two questions, and answer them. I'll be right back.
You don't pause it.
I'll do pause. everyone, welcome back. Okay. Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. 2K, thank you everyone. Oh, so cool. I think maybe it's because of the cold. I keep catching a bug recently. Right? Okay. Let's see if there are any answers. Oh, I see some answers. Okay. Okay. With the assistance of a team of doctors, the surgeon operated on the patient successfully. Okay, let's see what else. With the assistance of a team of doctors, the surgeon operated on the patient successfully. With the system of okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, I see all the questions. Okay, let's begin. Okay. Let's begin. Host Jai, you're still not in Japan. I need to go to Japan. I need to go to Japan. Japan is, I think it's also, I don't know. What would I do in Japan? I saw like you guys said that I can go for like a fishing cafe. Sounds so fun. I've been thinking about it. Trust me, don't worry. I've been thinking about it. XOXO Day is going to keep on asking me until the day I go to Japan. And the day from in Japan, I will do this. Hi guys, I'm in Japan. And then in that moment, you guys will know that I am in Japan. Okay. But honestly, based on the situation, I feel like I would go to Korea first. Okay. I want to go to Korea. I forgot what they call it. You know, like the oranges in Korea? They have a different name for it. I don't know what it's called. But apparently, from what I heard, that it's exceptionally sweet and it is super good for cakes. It's super good for like fruit punch. That is what I want to go. That's where I want to go. That is what I want to do when I go to Jeju. I want to go to Jeju so badly. I've already been to Seoul for shopping, so I just want to go to Jeju for the fruits and the seafood. I think for me, like that's what I want. Okay, the surgeon operated on the patient successfully. Okay, I saw a lot of great answers, and most of you guys are correct. Okay, let's break it down though. But I'm gonna break it down so you guys can better understand. Juji, how do you Jujijan? I don't know. I actually don't know. But I think for some reason, Jeju fruits are so sweet. I don't understand why either. Okay. With the help of, we're gonna put help of, or we could say with the assistance of, okay, because we have with the as the starting, so it gives us a hint as what we need. Okay. That is the highlight of Jeju. Yeah, I know. But is there any like farms that you can pick it yourself? I'm going to Korea at the end of this year after PSLE, right? Wait, are you in primary 5, primary 6? I forgot. I need a bit of I'll write both answers down so you guys can see. Okay, with the help of a team, go strawberry farm. There are strawberry farms. Oh, that's so cool. I went to the one in Australia when I was a kid and I loved it. It was so sweet. All the strawberries were sweet. It was not like the ones that like you get in a box at cold storage, and some are sour, some are sweet. It's not. Not assistance, both are okay. Both are okay. Okay. Assistance will be better though, I agree. I'm gonna write assistance. Both are technically okay, but assistance will be better. Oh. Assistance. No. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna rewrite that, okay? Okay, there we go. Okay, again, guys, I apologize, handwriting issues. Okay, hi, Sigmaris. That's such a funny name. All right, with the assistance okay, of a team of doctors, comma, the surgeon operated on the patient successfully. So, okay, for those who guessed, for those who got it right, great job. Okay, okay, let's see. Go strawberry farm. Primary 5. Okay, go to Korea. Just go have fun. Go have fun. Trust me. Go have fun. All right. Strawberry farm. I heard that there's strawberry farms in Seoul as well. Is there any difference? I think it will be sweeter in Jeju. Sweeter in Jeju, right? I don't know. In Japan, I heard the fruits are also sweeter for some reason. I have no clue why. But if anyone studies like, I don't know, what do you have to study to understand this? Environmental science? I don't know. But if anyone understands why, please tell me. It's so interesting. Um, in Japan, what fruits are sweet? But anyways, I heard that the fruits are sweet over there, and it's just nice. And we got like recently, my friend got I forgot what it's called. You know those pears? They are not like this. Okay, I'm gonna draw it out for everyone to see. They look like this, so it's like a very weird shape. It's like this instead of like the usual this. Okay, so I've had plenty of pears that look like this, but the one that I got that I tried because of my friend, they said it was from Korea, Jeju, and it was sweet. It was so sweet, and it was like this big. It's a pear, mind you. I've never seen a pear this size. Okay, I'm going to Jeju. Nobody can stop me. I'm going to Jeju. Alright, okay. Let's see. Let's see what answers do we have for number 4. I see like some people wrote the answer. Okay, with the help of the sniffer dog, the police caught the thief quickly. Okay, let's do it. Okay, again, with the we can put with the help of. With the help of, okay, let's use a sniffer dog. So it introduces the instrument or assistance. Wait, let me just write it here. Introduces instrument or assistance. Okay, so over here, oh, I just realized. Okay, give me a sec. Sniffer dog. The help of a sniffer dog. Okay, we have the word help them, so we move this to the front. Okay, with the help of a sniffer dog, comma, the police caught the thief quickly. Okay, so who wrote the answer? Okay, yeah, Papaya, you're correct. 100% correct. Great job. Okay, okay. So we are. Do we have any more S&T questions? We do. Do you guys prefer doing more S&Ts, or would you guys would you guys want to do something different? Okay, but for now, while we're waiting for some people to answer me, you guys can start thinking about what you guys want to do, what questions you would like to do next, what topic you guys would like to do next. But before that, okay, I am going to show you guys the ebook that we have been getting our question from. Okay, so there will all be similar questions from the ebook. Okay, you guys can take a look. Okay, over here, 1000 PSLE synthesis and transformation questions. Okay, now these are all top school questions. Okay, you guys can see from over here. Okay, so essentially what we do in this is we have helped you to collate all the questions at once, so you can do it like an it is an assessment book. Okay, so it's an ebook. Okay, and it will help you to do that last minute consolidation. Okay, so now for those in primary 5 and 6, this book is great for you. Okay, now for the primary 5s, okay, it is a great way to start your revision. Okay, it really does It can really help you to set that strong foundation. And for the primary sixes, okay, we are very close to PSLE. We are even close to the prelims. Okay, so this it will be that one resource that can help you to consolidate everything. Okay, but for primary fives, I would say if you are still unsure about what you're specifically weak in, okay, I would say you can always join into my lives. Like over here we're talking about a lot of different things. Okay, so sometimes I do different sets of questions. Like right now we're doing synthesis and transformation. Okay, we can do I don't know what you guys want to do next. We can do vocab next, okay? And you guys can take a look, roughly have that, roughly guess what you guys roughly see if you guys are struggling with any. Okay, if you're struggling with something specific, okay, then you know that there is something that you have to work on before the exam. Okay, so then you can make your that purchase. You can reference our ebooks. Okay, but of course, definitely if you would like a bit more information, you can go on to our website, okay, and take a look at it. Hi, Chair, I'm done with my tuition. Oh, what tuition do you have? Is it math? I feel like everyone's always going for math tuition. But same. I feel like math is something that it's just yeah, I knew it. I knew it. It's math. Math is something that you're either really good at or you're just really bad at. The cat that looks like a dog. That is someone's username. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. So again, this is recommended. Okay, it is all top school questions. So if you're looking for something like that, this is the one for you. All right. So WhatsApp number again, you guys know the drill. 8404-9281. Feel free to ask us any questions that you might have. Okay. I will later show you guys how to access the ebook thing again, how to go inside and make that purchase if you guys are interested. Okay, so I'll show you guys later. Okay, but for now, what questions do you feel like doing? Let's see what we have. Let's do vocab. Okay, let's do question 13 and question 14. How about that? Okay, everyone take time to I was gonna say check it out. Take time to look at the question. Okay. Take time to look at the question. Question. Okay, let's see. Does anyone know the answer? Okay. Anyone? Does anyone know the answer? Okay, let's start going through. Okay. I just realized the second half of this is cut off. Okay. Okay. Joe had sufficient time to check his exam paper, but he chose to play with his stationery instead. His blank caused him to overlook many mistakes in the paper. Okay, so now we are going to assume that it is something negative. Okay, something that caused him to overlook something specific. Okay, any idea? Aizen says tree. Okay, let's take a look at tree. Let's take a look at tree. Okay, now tree. Oh, something's sticking to my hand. Tree is complacency. Okay. I'm gonna zoom in a bit, okay? It might cut out some words, but it's okay. I'll zoom back out for you guys later. It's just easier for me to write this way, all right? Now, complacency, okay, it means to be too comfortable, too comfortable, or callous, okay? Now, let's look at the other meanings before we decide what the answer is, all right? Number 4, Okay, number 4 essentially means that you're not careful enough. Okay, no, you are too careful, sorry. Being careful and thorough. Okay, so it is, let's see, question 2, option 2, composure. Okay, it means calmness. And then conspiracy, it means a secret plan. I don't know if you guys have heard of this book, but one of my favorite books, I forgot, was it The Conspiracy? I forgot what it was. Something Copernicus. It was a detective book. It was a detective novel, and I absolutely loved it. Was it The Adventures of Copernicus? I forgot what it was, but it was, I don't know what it was called, but this just reminds me of it. The word conspiracy. I've not thought about that book for so long, but it was such a great book. Okay, okay, okay. Joe had sufficient time to check his exam paper, but he chose. Okay, now when you say that he chose to do something, okay, you suggest that he was the one who made this choice that caused him to overlook many mistakes. Okay, so it's his fault in the paper. And the idea of overlook is that he might be a bit careless. Okay, so this is how we want students to break down questions when they are actually in the exam. Okay, so it is so important that they are able to do that. Okay, now let's take a look. Conspiracy, secret plan. Okay, nothing to do with that. The second one means calmness is the opposite, nothing to do with that. 3, very likely, because we talk about being too comfortable and hence carelessness, and it does match because Joe had sufficient time, so there is that certain level of comfort. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that. Let's look at number 4. Being careful and thorough. So that's the opposite of what we're looking for. We're canceling it, meaning number 3 is the answer. Who chose number 3? Everyone chose number 3. Great job. So proud of everyone. All right, now question 14. Emma's blank in her revision led to multiple careless mistakes during the final exam. What might the answer be? Anyways, feel free to drop in story time. So if you guys have stories about things in the exam, feel free to let me know, like things like funny experiences or bad experiences in the exam hall. You can let me know. Okay, we'll just share some stories. I'm gonna start off while you guys can answer. Everyone saying 3 again. Okay, everyone's saying 3. Okay, now during the exam, while I wait for people to tell me more answers, I'll tell you guys some bad experiences. Okay, now one of the worst experiences I've had was during my listening comprehension in high school. My graduating in the graduating year, we had the final listening compre. Now what happened during that was that the school was also renovating the hall that we were having our exam in. Okay, they just painted a new coat of paint, and I was arranged to sit right beside the wall. Okay, so throughout the 30 minutes, I had to smell the very strong scent of paint that made me feel very nauseous. Like I felt like puking the entire exam for 30 minutes. And mind you, I feel like I couldn't do anything because that was my final exam and it would determine my final grade, what college, what uni I get into. So it was really, really stressful to smell that smell. And I heard later on that my friend has asthma because of the dust and the scent of paint. She nearly had an asthma attack during the final exam. So that wasn't fun. My classmates cheat the OAS using pen. It was an internal exam, right? It was an internal exam. Internal exam, it's okay. It's okay. It's a unfortunate mistake, but it's not as bad as PSLE. All right. I have a lot more stories when it comes to exam. For each question we do, I'll tell you guys one more. All right, Emma. Okay, everyone's saying tree. Emma's blank in her revision led to multiple careless mistakes during the final exam. Okay, so over here, oh, the answer is, wait. I just realized you guys could all see the answer. All right. It's okay. Let's just go through the question. All right, everyone's saying tree. Okay. Emma's blank in her revision. Okay, now we're talking about everyone suddenly realized that the answer was right there. Okay, Emma's blank in her revision. Multiple careless mistakes. Okay, so it's something negative. Okay, so it's something that leads to careless mistakes. Okay, now let's look through the options. Dedication. Dedication means how committed, how hardworking you are to something. Okay. Okay, so what being hardworking cause careless mistakes? No, that is hopefully not the issue. Okay, and then we have number two, which means to fail to take proper care. And then, okay, we have concentration. Concentration means focus attention. Okay, and we have number four, humility, which refers to modesty, so how humble you are. Okay. Yeah, everyone suddenly realized. Okay, it's okay. Okay, now let's look. Emma's blank multiple careless mistakes. Okay, so it has to be something negative that causes careless mistakes. Okay, concentration, focus, attention technically should not cause careless mistakes. How humble she is, how modest she is should not be causing that, so it has nothing to do with that, so the answer has to be number two. Okay, the failure to take proper care. Okay, she overlooked certain things, so it has something to do with overlooking. Okay, let's look at question 15. The teacher blamed me for the last question, but I simply could not find an answer. Okay, option 1 called in, option 2 called on, option 3 called up, and option 4 called off. Okay, you guys can give me your answers while I will tell you guys another story about exam situation. Okay, now this was the year I did PSLE. Okay, that was a long time ago. Okay, but I remember hearing from a friend. Okay, this is a story that went on, so it's not a personal story, but from a friend, that the person in front of him got very nervous because he could not finish his PSLE paper, and he peed during the exam. The moderator Yahweh is smiling a bit. No, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing. Okay. So he got a bit scared, and I think he got too stressed out. Okay. So that is the story. And the thing is, when that happened, everyone behind him and in front of him saw. Okay. So that was very embarrassing. But I hope he did well on his paper. Yes, that was yeah. That was interesting and very eventful. All right, now question 15. Does anyone know what the answer is? Come on, guys. Any answers? I'll wait for the answers. Okay. Okay, when you guys reach question 16, I have another story to tell you guys. Okay. Ozil says 2. Okay. Okay, Ozil, we are just we're now doing something where I tell you guys a story, an embarrassing story that happened during exams in every single question you go. So one question, one story. Okay. Hi, Ozil. Okay, so far the stories I've told is number 1, my own. It was not embarrassing, but it was kind of scary, which was me during the exam. We took the exam in a newly painted hall. So I was sitting beside a wall that was just painted, and this was my final exam, my final high school exam. So it's kind of like A levels, okay? So it's the listening compre, and that was what happened. I had to sit beside a newly painted wall and sniff in all um the chemicals throughout that like 30 to 40 minutes. It was just the worst experience. Okay, it was just so stressful because I actually felt very dizzy. I actually, because by actually halfway in, I actually did not feel well. I felt very dizzy, but it was my final exam. I didn't want to kick up a fuss and disrupt myself and the people around me, so I just continued sitting there. Okay, it was such a bad experience. Okay. Okay, number 16, answer 3. Okay, we are doing number 15. Okay, but I'm gonna we will look at number 16 in a bit. All right, so number 15. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, the teacher blanked me for the last question, but I simply could not find an answer. So we're gonna assume that the teacher picked on her so that she has to answer the last question. Okay, so she, okay, I nearly gave the answer away. Okay, now let's look from the start. Called in, when you say someone's called in, is to request for someone's help, request for help, or maybe us usually at a place. So example, maybe example, I am the boss of a restaurant and I'm saying today, uh today someone what should I say, today someone today the lights are spoiled, please call in the floor manager, please call in the floor manager. So bring the person in the end, did he finish his paper? I don't know, actually. I hope he did, I hope he did. I am actually not sure, I'm not sure, but I just felt really really bad. Okay, okay, number 15, answer 2. Okay, I'll circle that. Okay, now call on. Call on is to ask someone to speak or answer in class. Okay, number 3, which is called up, which means to summon. Okay, to summon. Okay, so for example, the judge called the defendant up to the podium. Okay, so that is where we use that. Called off, which means cancelled. I after hearing after hearing her boyfriend's words, my best friend called off her wedding. Okay, something like that. Called off the meeting. After the dramatic morning, the boss decided to call off the meeting. Okay, so cancel. Okay, two. Okay, two. Okay, now request for help at a place the teacher called in for the me called in me. Okay, now doesn't really make sense. Okay, also uh grammatically incorrect. Okay, if you say called me in, okay, so it doesn't make sense. Called on, okay, it makes a lot of sense so far. You can ask someone to speak and it's usually in class. Okay, likely to be the answer. Okay, let's see number 3, which is called up. Called up, summon, it is not that serious. Okay, we don't need that. I'm gonna cancel it. Number 4, which is cancel me for the last question, doesn't make sense. I'm gonna cancel it, meaning number 2 is the answer. All of you are correct. Great job. So proud of you guys. Okay, question 16. Okay, well, everyone does the question. I have a final story. I think I have a final story for everyone. Okay, now this story is, okay, Aizen says too. Okay, this story is about there was this one guy in the class beside me. Okay, this was in sec 1. Okay, when we had first started our sec 1 journey, our secondary school journey. Okay, now we had the first ever exam. Okay, this was the first exam we would be having in this school. Okay, and it was I think it was an English exam. Okay, this guy got so nervous, and I also think he didn't eat before class for the entire day because of he was nervous. But the minute the exam started, he passed out. He passed out right after he started the paper. He had yeah, he just passed out. And yeah, that was all. That was very. It was very stressful for the teachers. It was very stressful for the teachers. Okay, so that was one thing. What? Yeah. So it was definitely something. It was very. We felt bad for him, but we also wanted to. Yeah, we felt bad for him when we heard. No, 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 no. He didn't. He passed out. He, as in, like, he fainted. He was fine after a while. He was fine after a while. I think it was also because he did not eat before his exam. Okay. It wasn't a very big exam, so it was just like a I forgot what exam it was, but I only know it was an English paper. But he was super stressed out, and he also didn't eat. So I think that was the reason why he just fainted. I'm not sure. I think he retook the exam. I think he retook the exam. So yeah, so I would say definitely has to do with the stress and also the fact that he didn't eat a lot. So guys, please be careful when you guys go for PSLE or you guys going for O levels. Please eat, okay? You don't have to eat too much, okay? If you eat too much, you might end up feeling sleepy, but please make sure your tummy has food inside when you go into the exam, okay? Don't go in starving, okay? Okay, please don't do that, okay? Okay, Eisen says 2, and Nicole says 3. Okay, 4K, we are at 4.5K. Thank you so much. Sure, how to manage stress during PSLE? Ooh, interesting question. Okay, let me just finish this question and I'll talk about it. Okay, I'll talk a bit about my experience during PSLE and what I did to manage stress. Okay, yeah, okay, but managing stress is something that stress management is something that will follow you for life. Okay, so it is something to pick up. Okay, okay, let's go through this question first. My PSLE this year, it's okay. You do well, trust me. Okay. During the debate, the moderator blanked Samuel to respond to the opposition's argument. Okay. Now we have option one, called upon. Called upon, which is formally ask someone to speak. Okay, formally ask someone to speak. Okay. Then we have two, called for, which means demanded. Okay. And we have called out, which means to criticize. He called her out for ruining someone else's makeup. He called her out for ruining his girlfriend's dress. Called off, which means to cancel. Okay, called off the meeting. Okay, okay, let's take a look. Muffin, thank you so much for the likes. All right, let's take a look. During the debate, the moderator formally asked someone to speak. Okay, makes sense. Especially we're talking about the opposition. Okay, so it could be a very a formal debate. Okay, so likely it's number one. Called for, demanded. Demanded is a bit mean. Demanded is also a bit much. In this case, I'm going to cancel it out, unfortunately. Criticize, okay. Criticize, which means to um, criticize, which means to yeah, to criticize someone. Criticize Samuel doesn't make sense. To cancel Samuel also doesn't make sense, meaning that the answer is number one. Okay, I think called for does not necessarily mean what it means surface level that you call someone. Okay, called for means to demand. This was uncalled for. Okay, I changed my mind. I think it's number one. Okay, okay. Good job, everyone. Most people got it right. Don't worry about it. All right. Okay. Okay. Now, I will talk a little bit about stress in PSLE, and then I will move on to this. Okay. So, where were we? Where were we? Oh, we're here. Okay, so this I'm gonna show you guys this, and I'll talk a bit about PSLE stress. Okay, now when it comes to PSLE, it's very easy to feel stressed. Everyone is stressed. Okay, but stress management can come in very different forms. It's about letting yourself feel emotionally free, emotionally more relaxed, while at the same time working hard. Okay, now one of the best ways, and that was actually one of the things that we do talk about in our strategies, and I think we did touch about on that when we were talking about the crash courses, and I think our teachers do also touch about that in our crash courses. Okay, is that scheduling, time management. These are all very important things. Okay, so what helped me personally the most was a schedule. Okay, I would schedule in things that I have to do. Okay, I will write down the things I have to do for today and make sure that I leave some time out to enjoy small things. And these things that I enjoy will be things that makes me emotionally happy. It makes my heart smile. Okay, are we still in time to engage a tutor for PSLE now? Okay, it is a bit soon because we're very close to PSLE. Okay, but of course, definitely, actually at Writers at Work we recently held some crash courses for June. Okay, I'm not sure if I think there are still future crash courses. Okay, so you can definitely hold on to that idea. Wait on. Okay, we will have future crash courses. You can always sign up to our socials. We are on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Xiaohongshu. Okay, so you can sign up to all of those, and when we finally have the information for our crash courses or holiday programs, you can sign up. Okay, you can sign up and actually just join in for the crash course, because in the crash courses we consolidate things, the main skills and key things that we want students to learn. Okay, but of course really it depends what kind of learner you are. Okay, if you're the type of learner that studies better alone, I would recommend the ebooks. Okay, the ebooks right now that I'm doing the questions from. Okay, because I also personally I do go through how to use these kind of ebooks. Okay, it is a consolidation, and some of these ebooks, especially like the oral ebooks, they include um they include, what do you call that, they highlight everything you need to know, from the schedule, from the rubrics as in how you're being marked, how the syllabus. These are the things they all cover, so it is something that is very comprehensive, especially if you're struggling last minute. Okay, but of course if you're looking for a tutor, you can always try Writers. Students can sign up anytime, so you can always take a look. Okay, you can always take a look. But to come back to the stress part of PSLE, definitely it is something that I think, make a schedule, and during those times when you're supposed to enjoy, really enjoy. Don't do something that takes away too much of your mental space. Do something that makes you feel truly happy inside. Okay, I'm gonna give you some examples. Okay, when I was um when I was doing my what do you call that, my equivalent for A levels. Okay, what helped me so much was going off my phone a bit. Okay, I read somewhere, I'm not quite sure how true it is, but using your phone, the screen time actually takes away efficiency and productivity. So I put it away. I try to minimize my use, and I try to do as much as I could on paper. Unless your resources are online, then it's a different story. Just don't play games, stuff like that. Okay, and when I did have time to have fun, what I would do is that I would plan things that truly make me happy. Not like games. It's something like I started crocheting. Crocheting actually made me feel very emotionally relaxed. I'll listen to music and I'll crochet. Okay, this was something that helped me to truly manage my stress, because I'm making sure that I'm feeling emotionally liberated. Okay, now the worst thing to have in PSLE is when you are feeling you've been cramming so much work, you're feeling tired, you're feeling burned out, but at the same time you still have to keep on going. Okay, at that point you're in a very dangerous situation of crashing out, and that is so it is I know how to crochet. So yeah, that's great. It is something that you can do. You can crochet, you can paint, you can draw, you can even read. Depends what makes you happy. You need to find something that makes you feel emotionally fulfilled. Okay, so that is definitely something. My take on stress management. Stress is something that we're always gonna face, but I think when it comes to stress, it is so important that you maintain a bit of a schedule in your time where you can do something that makes you truly happy. I'm crashing out from so much June holiday homework. Okay, definitely I would say pace yourself. pace yourself. Okay, definitely you have to finish your work, but instead of a lot of people face issues with procrastinating. One of the biggest reasons for procrastinating is simply anxiety. So I would say one thing that would help with that is you always plan out, okay, today I will do this, today I'll do that. And make sure in your schedule there is buffer time, and you make sure that based on your schedule you can finish things, okay? So that takes away from the anxiety, and then you can take the remaining time, you plan in the breaks, and during your breaks you have a bit of fun, so you're making everything balanced, okay? Okay, I left one more. So proud of you, Gracie. Not Gracie. Nicole, good job. We're proud of you. Really proud of you. I know how overwhelming homework can be during the holidays. Okay, but now that you have one more left, you got this. Okay, but I have tuitions. Tuitions. Take your time to enjoy tuition your friends. Take time to enjoy learning with your friends. Okay, I find learning becomes easier, learning becomes more enjoyable, especially when you see a reason to do it. Okay, so actually, really, when you have time, maybe in the MRT, really think about that reason. Why am I doing what I'm doing? And when it makes sense to you, it just, you gain a newfound energy and motivation. Definitely. Okay. Okay, real quick. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys real quick, we have 2 more minutes before the end of this live. I'm gonna show you real quick again how to use our ebooks, how to make that purchase. Okay, should I bring this mic over? Okay,
Bring the DJI first. I see other
okay, show you guys how to do it. Okay, okay, I'm gonna bring the mic over. Okay, there we go. Okay, so okay, now for people who are interested, okay, I'm gonna show you guys, this is my phone. Okay, let's wait for it to zoom. Okay, there we go. This is my phone. I am watching the live alongside all of you. Okay, so you guys can take a look over here. Okay, this,
no, this side more.
okay, what you can do is over here you see the writers at work profile. You see it at the top. Everyone, you guys should know how to use this better than I do. Okay, click it. Okay, and it will bring you to this page. You see this little bit over here, that is with the profile. Okay, you can double click it again, and then you are at our page. Okay, now for I remember there was this one person who was talking about updates on June holiday programs and everything. Okay, our updates, thank you so much. Okay, our updates will always be are on here. They will be on our website, they will be on our Instagram, they'll be on all our platforms. So okay, you can drop us a follow, and of course, when we have updates, you'll be the first ones to see them. Okay, crash courses are quite effective when it comes to definitely very effective. Okay, when it comes to consolidating things last minute. All right. Okay. Now back to the ebooks. Okay. Now what you can do is that you click. You see the link tree. You can see the link tree link. Okay. I want you to click it. Link tree link. Okay, and then we're here. Okay, so let me just move it. Okay, so we are here. Okay, so you will be able to see that there are quite a lot. Click the third one. The third one is our ebooks. Okay, press and hold. Press and hold is easier. Okay, press and hold, and then you will be here. Okay, we have a lot of different ebooks depending on the needs that you have. Okay, whether you're weak in vocab, whether you're weak in grammar, whether you're weak in, I don't know. Okay, synthesis and transformations. Okay, so now the ones that I was going through is grammar and vocab, which is this one. Okay, you can see the current price. Okay, you can see the current price is the answer keys and everything. Okay, wait, can you guys see properly? Okay, can you guys see it properly? Okay. Okay, you guys can see it properly. Great. Okay, so then you guys can click the buy now button and directly go in to make this purchase. You guys can see the contents over here. Okay, but I will also be going through the contents in the live. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, and you can ask me any questions that you guys have about buying the book, what use it has, how to use it. Okay, me and the moderator will do our best to answer all your questions. Okay, but of course, if you have any questions when I'm not on live, you guys can always the WhatsApp number right above, you guys can see over here, 84049281. Okay, and then you guys can ask the team and the team will help you. Okay, but over here you have the buy now button, you can press it and make your purchase directly. Okay, currently we are at the end of this live. Okay, we will be starting the other live very soon. Okay, we will be doing something different. If you have any thing that you want to work on, let us know and we will help you then. Okay, but for now we're gonna end this live. All right, okay, bye everyone.